It may still be warm, bright and sunny, but let's be honest, Halloween is coming. I like Halloween because the stories that we tell or the movies that we watch, they're frightening, they can be scary, and they can be spooky as well. But they're not like scary as in real life problems scary, okay? It's kind of like something to put you on the edge of your seat, but not necessarily something to terrify the living daylights out of you, if you know what I mean. You know? And lots of real life things, they do scare the living daylights out of you, but Halloween is kind of like plasticky, it's all makeup, it's all costumes, you know, it's a kind of a fantasy world. But let's try and move away from the fantasy world and try and move closer to the time of something which is genuine. Again, now I've done this before on this channel. Obviously I'm a professional tarot reader, so I'm interested in this weird stuff, okay? But supernatural stories. Another year has passed, okay? Another year has turned. Some of you out there will have had a few more strange things happening to yourself. Some of them you may have made happen, some of them you may have attempted to investigate by yourself. Some of them could have happened not to you, but to a friend of yours, and you've heard it secondhand. So, give me, alright, via private message on this channel, okay, because I think that's the best way. You can just go to my the home page of the channel, and I think on the top right hand side there's a thing which you can click at some point somewhere. I'm not the most, you know, technologically literate when it comes to YouTube. And you can click on it, and you can then send me a private message. If I deem it's appropriate, I will then read it out in the form of me, you know, telling a story, doing a vlog, so that other people can find out, like, what has happened to you and why it was so cool and all the rest of that kind of stuff. Now, the rules are simple. Either it's got to have happened to you or to someone you know personally. If it's happened to somebody else and it's there for a second-hand, you know, story, a bit of a Chinese whispersy situation, you've got to let me know that as well, so that people can make their own objective decision as to whether they should invest either belief or interest or whatever into that story. Okay, that's important. If it's happened to you, you tell me. There's obviously, you know, a few things that I'm not going to mention on this channel. It's not there to try and sell a particular, you know, religion or spirituality, or whatever. But if it was something which happened to you in a religious environment or a spiritual environment, then do, again, let me know and include that. Also, you know, nothing offensive, nothing obscene. This is there for essentially entertainment, but also to make people think and to make people wonder. So don't make stuff up. The private message that you send to me has got to be true. Alright? And then if I feel inspired, okay, I will then make comments upon that based upon my own theories, experiences and all the rest of that. Within, strangely enough, the world of the unknown, there's an awful lot of things which basically aren't known, so we can't just turn around and say, oh, this proves it. Okay, we just can't do that. All we can do is to experiment, explore, have experiences, and see what the fuck. Just see WTF, you know, that's basically all we can do. But that's sometimes good enough at the moment. I'm still of the opinion that one day some of this stuff is going to be experimented with and explored by proper scientists at some point in the future, and maybe some kind of utility will come as a result of, like, growth of knowledge about the human condition, growth of knowledge about human communication, growth of knowledge about, you know, human health of both body and mind. Maybe. But, like, that's still a long way off, and it certainly won't happen in my lifetime or yours. But let's keep the stories alive and bring in some Halloween fun.